Hi everyone, my name is Georgine Dauber. I'm from Two Long Dogs and a Stamper. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm here to show you 4 cards that I've made using the bundle called Hugs for You. It's a stamp set and a punch, and I'll show you where to find it in the catalog, but let me go ahead and turn you around so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Sorry, the shot of my legs. Something you don't want to see. Let's see. There we go. Here's my information. Two long dogs and a stamper. Again, my name is Georgine Darbro. My email is georgies2longdogs@gmail.com. My site is georginedarbro.stampinup.net. And you can see me on YouTube and Facebook under the same name, Two Long Dogs and a Stamper. I will give you more information or my information again at the end of the video. This is the catalog that this came from. Sorry. It's a mini catalog from January to April. And the item that we're going to be using is Hugs for Love. It's the bundle, item number 165738. It's a punch and a stamp set. We also are going to be using some paper. The paper that we're using is an online exclusive paper, and that means it's just not in a catalog. It is purchased only online on the site. You can go ahead, like I said, go to the site for georginedarbro.stampinup.net, and you would be able to find this paper. It's really pretty. It's called Marbled Elegance, and this item number, is 164919. This isn't something that I would normally use, but it really is pretty, especially for like Valentine's or huggy cards or love cards. It's lots of golds and reds and pinks. This side, they all kind of look similar. It's just different colors. This is side with the gold, and then when you turn it over, you'll see the sides without the gold, the little more laid back. The colors that are in here is Poppy Parade, Cherry Cobbler, Melon Mambo, and Real Red, and then of course some white and the gold foil. But it's just a really pretty pack, and you don't need a lot of it for it to make a presence in your cards. So I'm going to be using that. I'm also going to be using a gold foil, and this is the item 132622. Again, not needing a lot of it, just a little bit. And the last type of paper, it is called Festive Glimmer Paper, and it is item number 164106. Cherry Cobbler, Garden Green, and Green Apple are in here. The only color we'll be using is a little bit of the Cherry Cobbler. So let me go ahead and pull out the first card. This card is using a lot of Poppy Parade. So I'm going to put that to the side. This is a card, You Make Me Smile. And then inside it says, Life is better with you. So let's go ahead and pull everything out. This card base is 8.5 by 5.5 and scored in the middle at 4.25. So let me see, find my bone score. Go ahead and score that better. We also have 2 pieces of white, which are 4 and 5.25, one for the outside and one for the inside. And we have a piece of that specialty paper that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. You have a piece of white that you need to punch out, a little piece of this ribbon, well, actually not ribbon, it's twine. And I forgot to tell you that we'll be using this. It is gold twilled thread, item number 164603. And don't do what I did. I dropped it and untangled, got it off the little piece that it's nicely tangled on, wrapped around, and now it's all tangled. So please don't do that. Just make a mess and hard for you to pull it apart without making knots. We're also going to use some bling, and this is called Purple Adhesive Back Sequence number 164970 to add a little bit something. But let's go ahead and do this. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and glue down the DSP. I know I hate to not use this side, but I didn't want to always use the blingy side. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my white mat. I like using the glue, this mono liquid glue, the Tombow, because it just gives you a little wiggle room to make sure that you put it on correctly. I used to be a person who only used the tape or the seal adhesive, and I still do like using that, but this, for some reason, all of a sudden I've started liking to use this. Go ahead and put that on. I just like to make sure that it's even on all the sides. Okay, and this we're going to go ahead and punch. So awesome punch. You just undo this and it opens up, so it's easy to store, close, and pull. It's nice and flat. So we're going to go ahead and punch. Actually, I'm sorry, we're going to stamp first. I like to stamp and then punch. Some people like to punch and then stamp. I like to stamp and then punch. It just makes life a little easier. I didn't even show you the stamp set. This is the stamp set. Hugs for Love. There are no dies, just the punch, but a lot of hearts, which I love, and cute sayings. And then these go directly into the punch. Super cute. Let me go ahead and open it up, and it looks like I used You Make Me Smile. I'm gonna go ahead and put that down. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and use Poppy Parade. But first of all, I'm going to do the part that goes around that that little saying. And this actually is going to be in Poppy Parade. The saying is going to be, or sentiment is going to be in black. Sorry. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. Tap, tap, tap. Here we go. Such a cute little stamp. My handy dandy little thing to clean up my stamp. It's a little chamois. It looks awful. It's so dirty, but it cleans the stamp so nicely. Now the stamps, the poly will stain red, but it will not continue on. If you wanted to use a different color, it's not going to hurt anything. It's just the reds that make it stain like that. Okay, now, I'm sorry, we're going to go ahead and use our black ink, our Memento. Dab, dab, dab. I think I have to re-ink my black. It's kind of getting light. We don't want that. And can you see it? pulling it away from you. We don't want to do that. And I'm going to put it not exactly in the middle, a little higher. Stamp, let it sit for a minute. Cover our black. Let's see how that happens. Let's see. Beautiful. Okay, so that is the stamps we need to use for the front. So now we're going to go ahead and punch that out. Get the punch back. And what's great about this is you can go ahead and put it in and line it up. Oh, look what I did. So this is what I do. I have to go ahead and cut off a little bit so that it fits in the punch. And put it down far enough on that piece of paper. There you go. We got to center it, make it look like what we want. There we go. Ready? And give it a push. Such an easy push. Easy peasy. There we go. Put that to the side. We're going to add some of that gold thread to the back of this. I'm going to pop it over. And what I do is I use the tear and tape and put a little bit down. And on this side. Just pull off. It's like a piece of wax paper. Pull that off on both sides. I'm going to take part of it and just do a little loop, decorative loop on one side. I like to make one a little shorter than the other just to give it a little difference in size and a little interest, and then let it pull out and have one string. Now you could do it all the way across, but I just feel that wastes some of the thread. And then go ahead and take another piece of tear and tape. My person, Christine, showed us how to do this so that the ribbon, oops, that didn't work, came off on my finger. So the ribbon or the twine or whatever you're using stays in place and doesn't come up, because who wants to make all this, put all this time into a card and then have it fall apart? So she calls it a tear and tape sandwich. Okay, then we do it on the other side. Christine Bertrand. So one side. And we're just going to do the same thing. And what's great about this tear and tape, if you don't like what it looks like, you can just pull it up. You have time. It doesn't stick and stay stuck. Have a little extra. Let's look at it. I think that looks kind of cute. Snip it off. I'm going to do another little tear and tape sandwich. That's not going to go anywhere. And we're going to go ahead and pop it up with some dimensionals. I love dimensionals. I use them all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4. You might get away with just 2, but I like to make sure that it stays put and you don't want the paper to bend because there's no dimensional or support. And I just put this in the bottom corner I like to give it about the same room on this side as it is down below. Maybe a little further over here. There we go. Okay, so that's out. We have to put some bling, but let's do the inside while we're here. And we're going to use a couple different stamps. We're going to use, take this out. We're going to use Life is Better with You. Who would not want a card that says Life is Better with You? Put this back on. I like to use my lines on our glass mat to make sure that it's straight. And we're just going to put it down here in the corner using black ink. Again, our memento. And tap, tap, tap. And go ahead and put it down right about here. Obviously, you can put it wherever you want. This is where I'm choosing to put it. And then you can do whatever you want to write up here. Sign it however you want. You can put it in the middle of the card, on the top. I just like a little different area. There we go. And then we're going to add some hearts. It's this little stamp. When you get to know me, I love hearts. I have shoes that have hearts, a lot of shirts that have hearts. I'm a 4K teacher, so I'm able to wear that kind of stuff without thinking, oh my gosh, stop wearing hearts. At least I hope I can, because I do. This is the stamp I'm using, and we're going to go ahead and use the Poppy Parade again. Tap, 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 and I put that right about here, right in front of it. Obviously, you can go and put more on if you like. I just like to do just a little bit. Load that up. Wash off my stamp because I'm sure we'll be using this one again. I think. Put it back. Okay. Then we have to go ahead and glue this into our card base. And we're almost done with our first card. Again, just center it so that you have the same amount that goes around the whole thing. Let's add some bling. On this card, I went ahead and use the white. This is our take your pick tool. It's got a little putty on one side and also a pointy or a spatula on the other. So I'm just gonna, oops, I didn't get that in right. So we're gonna go ahead and take some of these. I'm gonna take a big one and put it over here. Now I just noticed, I'll show you, that I did this card a little different than the first card that I made, my original, but that's okay. That's what stamping and crafting is all about. It really does not matter. I'm going to take one of these and put it over here. And then we're going to open it up and just put one big one at the bottom. Oops, I shot it. Right about there. Oop, we got one of my cat hairs or dog hairs. If you notice, my name for Stampin' Up, for my little Stampin' Up business, is 2 long dogs and a stamper. I have a Basset Hound and a mini dachshund that I love and adore. They are both sleeping. So this is the first card. Okay, so this is the card we just made. This is the card I made before. Notice that I put the twine this way, and then this one I put it this way. Really doesn't matter. I think I like this one better. But that's the first one. We'll go ahead and put that away. Let's see what we should do for the second one. Okay, this one is my favorite. This one is white, a lot of white. Let me take this out for a second. This one is Life is Better with You, and then You Make Me Smile. And let's see, it's another card base that opens up the same. And it is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Let me go ahead and burnish that. Back. We have 2 pieces of white, which are, I should know this by now, 4 by 5 1/4. We have a piece of the real red, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4, which I think we might have to cut down because that's the same size as the actual card. Oh, maybe not. I must have had it 5 1/8 and 4 1/8. Okay, and then we have a piece of white, which is for the stamping on the front, and that is about 1 3/4 by 2 3/4, and that's it. So one is for the inside, one is for the outside, like so. So it's going to be white on white, and I like doing that because I don't like stamping directly on the actual card. I like stamping on a mat. So we're going to do some embossing on this, and that is where we are going to bring in this embossing folder that I love. Again, it's the Distress Tile 3D embossing folder. This is item number 162189. This is not part of the bundle, so if you purchase, if you want these cards and you want me to send the product, I will go ahead and emboss for you. What I won't do is use the stamps, do the stamps or the punch. That would be something that you would have to get in order to do these cards. I'm going to go ahead and use our big embossing and die cutting machine. Can you see that? Yeah. And we're going to go ahead and use our plates. We need the number 1, number 2, and the 2 number 3s. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. We don't need the number 2. Not when we emboss. And I'm going to go ahead and put that white piece of paper. I just put this on top of here. The white piece of cardstock inside the embossing folder. There's a line, if you can see this line right here. That's where you line up your paper or your cardstock, and you give it a close, and you want the end part to go in last. If you put it in this way, you might crack your embossing folder, and you don't want to do that. And we're going to go ahead and tuck that in, and go ahead and crank. Oops. Sorry. Hold on. Of course, live TV here. Not TV, but live videotaping, and I can't get it to work here. Never have a problem. Going to have a problem, well, because I'm on taping. There we go. I just couldn't get it going. Nope. Timeout. What did I do wrong? Let me look. Let me look. Nothing. For some reason, It does not want to go through. Try again. I might get all 4 cards done. I don't know why I'm struggling. I do need to get new plates. They are really beat up and sometimes they get bent. So it's harder for them to go through the machine. But there we go. I don't know why I was having such problems. Oh, I'm having problems again. Oh my goodness, really? Nope. You know what? Now that I'm looking at this, let me see something. I'm sorry. This is not what you want to see, right? You want to see smooth. You might need the other. I don't think this is a. I'm going to try again. I don't know why I'm having problems. Maybe it is one of the, sometimes you need to use a different plate, and I don't know why. I don't think this is the type though. And of course, I can't find my plate. I'm sorry. Oh, I found it. Let's try this. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. Look at that. Are you still with me? I don't know if I would still be with me with all that hemming and hawing and trying to get it work. This is for the embossing. They have a special name and I can't think of what it's called, and it will come to me where it's the embossed part is really etched in and gives it even more of a dimension. And when you have that kind of embossing folder, you need to only use the gray plate. Sorry for all that. Let me go ahead and show you. This is one of my favorite. It's so pretty. It does look distressed, and I love that distressed look. So we're going to go ahead and take the real red paper and put my embossed piece of white cardstock and go ahead and put it on the red. Now you need a little bit more glue with the emboss because of the little bumps and grooves. So let me go ahead and put that on. I just think this is such a pretty look when there's so much white, and it's like white on white except for a touch of color, and that touch of real red is so pretty. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and put this on the front of the card. Oops. And again, we're gonna line it up so there's just that little bit, oh, let me do that so I can see, a little bit of a white border. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and stamp this. We use some of the heart stamps. And I'm gonna take that little piece of white paper I had. There it is. And I'm gonna go ahead and use some of our stamps that we have not used yet. We're going to use this bigger heart. Go ahead and stamp that first. And I went ahead and stamped off on this. We went ahead and used, I used real red, but I stamped off. So that means that I took Let me take a piece of scratch paper. Not exactly, oh, there it is. Piece of scratch paper and stamp off first. So I'm going to tap, tap, tap. Stamp. Oops. That's interesting. Let me try again. If anything can happen, it's going to happen in this video, right? I feel like it is. Let me clean it. I use this so much, I think I need to clean it off. Try again. Okay, let's see if it'll work this time. Stamp, stamp, stamp. Stamp off. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp on. So it just gives it a little bit of a lighter color. About there. See the difference? Go ahead and clean that off. Put that one away, and then we're going to get our striped heart and we're going to use full strength red, real red. We're just going to overlap the heart just a little bit. Right about there. There we go. So we're just going to do some layering with our stamps. Give it some dimensional interest. Take that off. We're going to use those little hearts again. I love these. These are like, I'm so easily pleased. They are like one of my favorites. They're so cute. We're going to do that full strength. Right about. Let's see. I have a bad glare with this. My lighting isn't all that great. There we go. And we're going to do one more stamp of hearts and then just the message. And it's this little line of hearts. And I want to make sure that these are straight, so I'm going to put it on my lines here on my glass mat. There we go. And that's going to go right about there. Full strength. No stamping off. There you go. Now it just needs a cement. And that is going to be in black memento. And this one is Life is Better with You. Hopefully you have someone that you want to say this to. Life is better with you. I have many friends and family, a husband and children that I can send this to. This is just going to overlap and layer right about there. Perfect. Okay, so that's the front. And I forgot to mention when we started making this card, we are going to use also this really cool ribbon. I don't know if you'd even say this is ribbon. It's called gold. Oh, it really doesn't have a name. It's just open weave trim. So it's like a trim. It's really pretty, and you don't need a lot. But what I did was I just kind of turned it, like gave it a twist, and I put it on the back so you could see it coming out of both sides, sort of like that. Okay, And I just used the tear and tape, and honestly, I just took one little piece and put it across the back. And we'll see how it lays. We might need a little bit more, depending on if it lays nicely or not. Okay. Keep getting it stuck to my finger. I don't know what I'm doing differently here. Okay, let's see. Yep, that'll lay nicely, I think, just so that it comes a little bit out on each side. And what we're gonna do is use dimensionals, because that's what I like to use. And we're gonna pop this up. Clean up my area a little bit so I don't get too crazy with everything everywhere. And in order to make it lay down a little bit, I did use the dimensionals. Let me pop this. Play with it a little bit. Use the dimensionals to hold it down also. There we go. Take off that little wax paper type stuff on it. And then go ahead and put it in the corner. A little bit. So I did another boo-boo. I did this one a little bit different again. And it's hanging off the side, but what we can do is just trim it up. That doesn't matter. Just want to see it a little bit. Or you can just fold it under and it would be fine to be put in the envelope, because it wouldn't be in the envelope's way because it just folds. It's not like it's paper and bigger. Okay, let's do the inside now. We need this piece of white for the inside. And inside, I did quite a bit of stamping. We're going to do this big heart again, but we're not going to stamp it off this time. We're going to use full strength real red. And then we'll use second strength on some of the other hearts. So let's stamp, 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 tap, tap, tap. I have something on my stamp. I can see that. Let's try again. Okay, we're just gonna put this down here again. Can I? Yeah, right about there. Oh no, I didn't press down. That's what's so good about the polymer stamp. Sorry, my head, if you can see my head. I don't know how I did that. There. Took care of it though. Clean this up. We're gonna get that striped heart again. We're gonna do a full strength. Actually, I think I'm gonna do the second strength heart first. So remember, we have to stamp off. Stamp off, and then go ahead and put one right here in the corner. And then we're gonna do a full strength one. Put in the same quarter. Clean that one off. I always like to try to clean and put away so we don't lose stamps. And then we're gonna do my favorite little stamp. We're gonna stamp full strength up here. And then we're gonna stamp off and put one down here. This is just my idea. Of course, you can do however you like. And, oh, you know what? We're going to do the second one in just a minute. I'm going to first do the sentiment so that I have it lined up correctly. Let me put that there. And I'm going to get you Make Me Smile. And I'm going to do that in Memento. If I put those hearts on first, then I would not be able to see if it lined up with this, with the wordings. So go ahead. There we go. Now I can do that little heart. Those little hearts. Tap. We're going to go ahead and do the second stamp right about here. Ooh, I got to clean off my black. That is dangerous. That could get on my... I should have gotten a smaller block. This black is really actually too big for my stamp, but that's okay. I didn't pull that out and I didn't want to search for it. I took enough time playing with the embossing folder. And then we're going to take that long heart again and do full strength on here too. Let's get those hearts straight. Tap. Oh, I did it again. See, I have to remember to bring out all my blocks and stamp that right underneath. See how it gets ink around it if the stamp is too big? I mean, the black is too big for the stamp, and that's very easily, you can get it on your paper where you really don't want it. I should have all my blocks out so that I can grab one when I need it, but I didn't do that. Okay, so we're done with stamps. We're gonna go ahead and glue that. Put this stamp back. For this card at least, we're done. I'm gonna go ahead and glue the inside the card. Ta-da. Okay, I don't think I put bling on. Nope, I didn't put bling on this, thinking that the gold pretty ribbon, or whatever you want to call it, is bling enough. Card number 2. Done. Let me put some ink away. Ink pads. Okay. Card number 3 coming up. Let's see, which one do we want to do? I think we will do this one. This one looks like it could be one of the hardest, but honestly, it's the easiest. It's just got a lot of little pieces compared to the others. So we have, again, this is for the front. Let me move that. And again, it is 5 1/4. Not 5 1/4. Yeah, 5 1/4 by 4. And then the card base again is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and it's scored in the center at 4 1/4. Let's burnish that fold. Okay. This one I actually took from the catalog. I just changed it up a little bit. I cased it. I used this one to make this card. Pretty much the same, rearranged a little, used different paper, different DSP obviously, and colors. But I don't know, it was a fun one, a simple one. And what I did was, okay, so we have, let's do the stamping first. We have this one, and this one. I went ahead and did lots of hugs and kisses, which is, I think this is lots of, yep, lots of hugs and kisses. And I did this in the black. But I first, actually, I'm doing this again. I should do the first part is this part. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that one. We used the one with the 2 hearts on the end last time, and I forgot to put that away. That was not good. Now I'm going to use the one with the bunch of hearts, the little hearts. Go ahead and put that on here. And this one we're going to use Cherry Cobbler. Are you still there? Still going? Yep, looks like it is. And I punch these out. Let's see if I can do them. I like to stamp and then punch. I punched them out so that I can get the punching done. Let's see. I have to line it up. A lot of people do it this way and find it very easy. I struggle a little bit. I like to punch out after I stamp. Let's see. Cross your fingers. I think I'm going to be off, but I can turn it over and try again if I need to. That's what's so great about paper. Yeah, I need to turn it over. Okay, you're going to see my head maybe a little bit because I need to stand up. Maybe not. Yes, probably. And look under. Sorry, you don't want to see my gray hair. Try again. See if this one's any better. If not, I will go ahead and stamp and then cut. Oh, much better. Yay. Okay. I don't know why I have problems with that, lining it up. I like to first stamp and then punch, but I did that. So I thought it could be quicker. Okay, now we can go ahead and do our little saying right in the center there with black. Tap, tap, tap. I really need to put more ink on my pad. Right in the center. There we go. It's not perfect, but hey, it's crafting. Nothing's perfect, right? And then we went ahead. Let's put this away. I went ahead. I don't know. I don't have a mouse in my pocket. I keep saying we. I went ahead and used the big heart. Took one of these. Keep sticking it to the I have to clean these stamps. That's what happens. They get really sticky like that. With the real red, full strength. Tap, tap, tap. There we go. Right in the center again. This is the one that came out in the center really weird, so I'm going to push down in the center a little bit better, a little more. See if it comes out better. Oh, wow. Nice and dark. And I'm going to take that striped heart in black. Tap, tap, tap. Center of that. we're going to use a heart that we haven't used for the next one. Here we go. And that's this one. Fuzzy on it. There we go. And that's going to be in the cherry cobbler. Tap, tap, tap. Make sure there's enough ink on it. Put the center here again. Then I'm going to show you how I got that outline with that glittery paper. There we go. Oh, I forgot to do something. That's okay. I'll show you. That's done. Okay, so what I did was, with these, I went ahead and punched the glitter paper out, and then I'm just going to cut it in half. So 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to go ahead and add just a little bit glue on the bottom part of it, not on the top, because we don't want the glue to show. And we're going to line it up at the end. And this kind of makes it look like you have a full layer on it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do that for this one. There we go. So that one's done. 2 more to do. Sorry, I probably should have done some of this so you didn't have to sit and watch me glue these. Oops. That'll dry. You got a little wiggle room with this glue so that you can line it up correctly. I have to get more of this glue, the Tombow glue. I'm almost out. I don't know how I did that. I usually keep extra on hand because I use it so much. Oops. Oops. What did I do? The glitter makes it, if you don't adhere it, push down on it. There we go. Okay, last one of this one, and then I have to punch out some white for the other ones that we have. I forgot that I need that because I did the same thing. Because if not, they would kind of blend in with the background, and I want them to show up a little bit. So I'll grab a piece of white paper, and we do the same thing for the other ones with just white paper, not the glitter. Okay, let those dry while we're waiting. Grab a piece of paper. I have a piece of white cardstock right here, and punch. I'll just quickly do 3. 1, 2. All right, and I did the same exact thing. So let me close this. I don't think I need this right this second. I think I'm gonna stick my hand in there. And we're just gonna cut them in half. There's one. This one's just a little bit easier because it doesn't have the glitter on it to go ahead and glue down. And we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the glitter paper, but use the white. I hope you're still taping. Last time I did this, my phone stopped taping. Not the last time, but a few times ago. And I sat here and did this all, and it was not taped. I only taped the first little bit. Don't know what I did. Oops, that I put too much on, so I'm going to take some of the glue and put it on this one. There we go. This one's not hard, it's just a little more time consuming because of these steps. Okay. Add a little bit more. Jeez, jumped out of my hand. Sorry. I feel like this is taking forever. I think out of all these reds that we have, I think Cherry Cobbler, this is Cherry Cobbler, and I think this one is my favorite. It's just such a deep, pretty red. Don't get me wrong, they're all pretty, but I really like this one. Funny thing is, the last one is a pink. It's a really bright pink, and it's pretty, but it's something that I don't use a lot. I think I'd rather use a red. The last card we make uses that Melon Mambo, and I rarely use that unless it's a paper that I really need to use or want to use. Okay, oops, it slid. Trying to rush and it's not working. I should take my time. Okay, we got those made. So what I did was I took the base and I glued these down and popped up the white ones. So we're just gonna run a little glue on here and we'll put them however you want to. I'm just gonna go and do kind of like I did on the other card. Obviously you can rearrange how you'd like. You don't have to have all these. There's 6 of them on here. If you think that's too much, then don't put 6. I just kind of liked how it looked, and I cased it from the catalog, and I figured they know what they're doing, so I'm going to go ahead and do what they did. But that doesn't mean you have to. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop these up. Use my dimensionals if I can find what I did with them. Here they are. I'm a messy crafter, so I have a tendency of putting things down and then not finding them. So we'll go ahead and that one. I'm putting, I don't know, I'm sorry, I'm not showing you. I'm putting just 4 of them. 2 on each side. Might need 1 on the corners. Well, not the corners, but those little arrow areas to support. But let's see. I don't remember how I did it. So this is the top one. Let's see. Put that one up here. And this one is the bottom corner. I'm gonna have to wipe my hands. This one's full of glue doing that. That one goes over here. Again, you put them where you want them. You don't have to put them where I just kind of put them where they kind of fit the best, I thought. Sorry. Fingers don't want to work. Are we still taping? I'm so paranoid that it's going to stop, and I'm so close to being done. Okay, let's see. We'll put that down right about there. Oops, it's got to go over a little bit. There we go. We're gonna put bling on it, but let's do the middle first, the inside. And that is just 2 stamps. And that is that heart again that I stamped off. Using our cherry cobbler. Tap, tap, tap. This cherry cobbler is very juicy, so it like sticks, which is a good thing. It's just hard. See, it did that center thing. It's because it sticks. Let's try again. Let's see. Put that right here on this side. There we go. I have a hair in it. I'm not going to redo it, but there's, see that where it didn't take? Got one of my dog's hairs in it. But I think it'll cover with the saying, we're going to put you and I make the best team. Let's see. Here it is. Yep. I just love all these things. They're so sweet. Yes, I'm a sap. And that we're going to use, I just stuck my finger. Hold on. See? Just stuck my finger in the ink. Goodness, messy. Especially with this red. Okay, we got the tropical smelling ones. Didn't even realize that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and use the black again. Tap, tap, tap. Put it right in the center of the heart. And then you just have to adhere it, glue it into the card, and add some bling. One almost done. I have one more card left. Okay, go ahead. Oops, almost. Okay, let's go ahead and add some bling. Looks like I used the white again on this. Obviously, you can use whatever of these you want. And I used a small one right about here. A big one right about there. And a big one up here. And then I used just one on the inside. Yep. And that goes right about there. I love these. These are like sequins, so simple, but so pretty. The colors. And that one's done. Card number 3. One more to go. Okay. I shouldn't say this, but this has to be, I think this is my least favorite. It was the first one I made from this, and I don't know why, but it's my least favorite, which is sad. I mean, it's pretty, but it's just not my kind of card. So, with this, oh, I didn't do the Melon Mambo card. Hold on. Grab a piece of Melon Mambo. I think it's just because I'm not Melon Mambo is not my favorite. so I struggle using it. It's beautiful, it's just not my color. You know how you have colors? This is not one of my colors. Let me go ahead and get my trimmer. Cut this in half. This one is going to be, move stuff out of the way. It's going to be 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. I didn't really change the cards up too much this time around. They're all very similar. You know, the fold is just the typical fold. The only difference is it goes this way instead. Okay. Sorry about that. Forgot to do that. Okay. So we have the Melon Mambo. We have 2 4 1/4 by 5 7/8. And then we have one of the fancy sheets that looks like this, because we're going to use this side and one piece of gold. We're going to go ahead and glue the gold down. Now, when using the gold by itself, the gold is 1 1/4 by 4. I think I forgot to tell you that. Try not to get any glue on the gold, because it really does smear and it's really hard. It messes up the gold. So we're going to go ahead and put this down and give it a little border. Okay, now what I did was I tore the paper. When you tear this paper, you're going to pull down, and this hand is going to pull up. That's how I do it. I'm right-handed. I don't know how you would do it. You would probably do it the opposite way, because being left-handed, because you want that little white rip area. See that? And that's going to be this. And then you're going to do the same thing for this side. Now, let's see. I want to make sure that I have enough. So I'm going to rip it this way, because oops, nope, see? I did it wrong. So we're going to go ahead and do that again. This hand pulls down while this hand pulls up, because you need that white to show. There we go. Sorry about that. You need that pretty, not the pretty, but the contrast of that white. And you need that nice edge to put on here. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and glue that down. Again, it's so hard to use this pretty color and put it down, the pretty paper with the gold, and put it down, but you have to, because you want this side of the paper too. You're just going to line up the borders to make sure that it's kind of even Steven with the gold. And you're going to do it again with this one. And obviously every card is going to be different, because the tearing makes it different, right? Okay. There we go. So, see, this one is a little bit different. Okay, so what I did with my other piece of gold. I have to grab it. Oh, here it is. I knew I had an extra one. Okay, so I went ahead and did the same thing and punched out a piece of gold, and I'm going to cut that one in half. Like I did on that previous one. And then I'm going to punch out one more in white. I love punches. I don't know why I love that sound. I know that's silly, but I do. Okay, and I'm going to do sending a big hug. Everybody needs a big hug every once in a while. Even if you can't be there in person, a card can help make that person feel like they're getting one. Okay. I'm And we're going to do this in black. Tap, tap, tap. Right in the center. Had something on it. Had my stamp upside down too. Goodness. I know I could turn it around, but still. Okay, right in the center. There we go. And I'm going to clean that off. And I'm going to get that striped heart again. Now this time, the striped heart, we're going to fussy cut it out. Fussy cut just means that you're going to take your scissors and cut it out. I'm just going to take a piece of scrap paper. And I'm going to use Melon Mambo for that heart. Ooh, big Gus hair. See? Gus hair. Gus is my Basset. I'll show him to you. He's sleeping on the couch over here. As soon as we're done. Give it a good stamp. I'm sorry, it probably was off screen. There we go. I mean, that is a pretty color. I don't know why it's not one of my favorites to use. Maybe because I have 3 boys. Well, 3 men now, but 3 boys, so I never really used pinks very often. And then we're just going to fussy cut it out. Let me do a quick snip here. I like to try to leave a little bit of that white border. And when you fussy cut, you really don't move the scissors. It's more like you're moving the paper first. The only time you move your scissors is to give yourself more room to cut. Okay, easy. That was an easy one. Sometimes fussing cutting isn't quite that easy because it's more intricate of the design. Okay. Let's go ahead and glue this together. Again, a little bit of glue. When you do this, you can put glue on it, let it dry a little bit, and it stays tacky. And then you don't get your fingers all full of glue. I have to start doing that and remember to do that. I have a tendency of sticking my fingers in it, and then I have sticky fingers for the whole time. Look, I got ink on my thumb. Ugh. What is that same? Okay. We're going to go ahead and glue this down. I'm going to drop it in the corner over here. And then we're going to pop up the heart. Again, as you know, you have to have dimensionals somewhere on this card. Right in the corner. Let's see what we did on the inside. Oh, let's put it actually on the card. Silly. Forgot to do that. Line it up so there's a border. Okay, now we just need to do the inside. What did I do? I don't even remember. Oh, okay. So I use this as a Valentine's Day card. Do you have to make it a Valentine's Day card? Nope, not at all. you can use it for whatever you want. In fact, I'm probably not even going to do this Happy Valentine's Day this time. I'm just going to put this heart. Use Melon Mambo. It's hard to open because I haven't used it, again, so much. Tap, tap, tap. I'm putting it in the corner because I like to put it down in the corner sometimes. Ta-da. Now, like I said, you can go ahead and put Happy Valentine's Day, which is right here. But I'm choosing not to put it in this time, so it can just be a general card and not a Valentine's Day card. Go ahead and put this in here. Make sure I have it the right way. I've done that before. Put it on backwards or upside down. Goodness. Okay, and then I just added a little bling. So I actually used color this time. I used these. Am I underneath? I'm sorry. And I put 3 of the small ones right by the heart. Goodness, another here. Okay, 1. 2. That's my dachshund's hair. Jeez Louise. I promise I do clean the house. And 3. And then on the front, I did 3 of those same in the corner on the gold. I did 2 big ones. No, 1 big one, 2 small ones. There's 1, 2, 3. Scoot this one over a little, can I? There we go. There we go. And the third one's done. Okay, let me bring them back out so you can see what they look like. Let's see. So this was the first one we made. This is the second one we made. The third one. Can you see them all? Yep. And the last one we just did. Which one is your favorite? This is my favorite. I don't know why I like that one, but I love that one. So if you would like this class, what you need to do is message me either on Facebook, my email, or go to my site. And you can get this class with a $50 order before shipping and tax of Stampin' Up! Product. And just contact me and I'll help you with that order. And I will send you everything to make these cards. The only thing I won't send you is the punch and the stamp itself, but all the paper, the embossed items, the specialty paper, all that you will get. The ribbon, the twine, all to make these cards. What I wanted to do is show you the next class I have coming up in February. This one is using a bundle called, hold on, let me bring it. It's in that same catalog, and it's a huge, it's actually a suite, not a bundle. I had the page folded over. Here it is. Oh, no, here it is. It is called Wildflower Birthday Suite. Okay, I thought I was going to love this suite. And I do love it, but I'm going to love it for scrapbooking, I think, more than cards. I loved it for cards, but I really wanted to use these numbers, and I didn't use them for the cards because I didn't have anybody those for an age like to do the numbers. I don't know, like to put happy 12th birthday on it. Like I didn't have a 12-year-old. And I really don't put the numbers on my kids' cards. So, but I think using the numbers on all my scrapbooking pages are going to be wonderful. The paper is gorgeous and the stamps are fun. And actually, this goes with this suite and we used it on these cards. You get a set of dies and you get the stamps. But I wanted to show you the cards I made. Also, you get 2 pages of these die cuts, which kind of threw me off a little bit too, because there's not a lot of stamps that go with all these wonderful die cuts. But oh my gosh, they made the prettiest cards and made quick and easy cards. So here, let me go ahead and show you those cards. I made 4 again. This is the first one. We used an embossing folder this is the embossing folder, or I use embossing folder, and it came from the celebration. I totally forgot to tell you about this. Celebration is going on, which means if you purchase $50 before shipping and taxes, you can pick something out of this catalog for free. And the paper, everything in this catalog, I want. It is just beautiful. The paper's beautiful. Look at mushroom paper. I love this. And then there's a suite that goes with it in the catalog to purchase. So you can purchase a suite and then get the mushroom paper to go with it. I mean, I just love mushrooms for some reason. There's really pretty papers, floral papers, springy papers. So if you buy $50 worth before shipping and taxes, you can purchase, pick something free from this catalog. And the free thing that I have here is this embossing folder. And I thought it was a flower, but it's actually a star with like sprays shooting out. It turned out so pretty. Look at that. And then this is just a die cut with a little ribbon. And I just put birthday wish to you. And just so simple. Here's another one. Make a wish. And these are all die cuts. This stamp set comes with the dies, and one of the dies, sorry I didn't put it on my magnet board yet, is like this little, I don't know if it's a flag or tag, whatever you want to call it, but so I just used that and then layered with all the die cuts and added a little twine, that ribbon, make a wish, happy birthday. And then there's this one, make a wish, happy birthday. So I did do all happy birthdays. And then this is a die cut, and this is a fun fold. It's called a drape fold, I think. I'm not sure, but it was fun. That was the first time I've ever done that. Simple, very simple. And then again, more die cuts. Really more stamping of just the sentiments. A little stamping of this. These are die cuts too. But really fun. I was a little afraid of it. Thought I wasn't going to like it. Ended up loving it. And I can't wait to do a stamping layout. A scrapbook layout, which I will do. So this will be my February class. Okay, let me go ahead and pick this up so you can see me. So I can say goodnight. Sorry, I'm not good at making this work smoothly. Okay, look at me with glasses and messy hair. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for watching me make these 4 cards. Like I said, if you'd like catalogs, if you'd like any additional information, if you'd like to purchase this class or get this class for free, please contact me. You can contact me through Facebook Messenger. You can contact me under my email, georgies2longdogs@gmail.com. Please like, share, follow, subscribe. I need 8 more subscribers on YouTube in order for me to do live videos. And I put something out there on my Facebook page saying the 50th person that subscribes to my YouTube channel, both Facebook and YouTube are 2 long dogs and a stamper, will get a free embellishment from me sent to you. So please subscribe to me. And also follow me on Facebook too. That would be wonderful. That one takes a lot more people before I can go live. I think it's 100 or even more, and I'm only in the 50s. So please like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever you can. Okay? Thank you so much. Take care. Smiles and love. Hugs. Bye.